YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Diesel from Diesel TV. Alright man, here with another video you guys, and today we gonna review some guns, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get some guns reviewed, alright? So, I'm gonna go ahead and change this up a little bit how I've been doing it. I said initially this was a gun rating review, and I have not been rating guns, I've just been talking crap about guns. So, what I'm gonna try to do from now on is start rating your guns on a 1 to 10 point scale of what you're saying you use the gun for and what I would actually, how I would rate it in that setting as far as what you use your gun for. All right, so let's get started, man. The first one comes from my boy B-Law. All right, B-Law writes, he has a Kimber Micro 9, $600 that he paid for, and then a Rock Island Tac Ultra that he paid $750 for. The 1911 is a concealed, and the Kimber is my backup. All right, so as you can see, both of them on some kind of carpet. I don't know, man. That looked like the square carpet that you get, you know, that you have some. I don't know where that carpet comes from. It looked, I don't know. It looked kind of ghetto to me. But anyway, as far as the guns go, I have my Springfield operator that I used to carry. I used to carry this gun. That was before, when I carried it, it didn't have a light on it or anything like that. These guns have no light on it or anything like that. But this is what I did. I did an everyday carry with this gun for a good, maybe a half a year, 6 months to 6 to 8 months or something like that, man. And I loved it. I love carrying this gun. So that's my Springfield operator, champion operator that I used to carry. Kind of similar to this Kimber, I mean to the Rock Island that he has. It's kind of similar, but not all the way similar. And really, what I would rate these guns at, I would rate the guns at like a 5.5. Now, you guys know 1911s hold a special place in my heart. You know what I'm saying? They really hold a special place in my heart. Now, the 1911, the Rock Island 1911 that he paid $750 for, great gun. Great gun. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but it's semi-average. It's an average gun, so it's going to be at a 5 or 5.5, I would say, for that. Maybe not a 5.5. I say a 4.5 to a 5. A 4.5 to a 5 on that Rock Island. Now, that Kimber Micro 9, I don't know, man. I just don't feel like any 1911 frame or anything like that should carry a 9mm. I just don't think it should. All 1911 should either be a 10mm or a 45, one or the other. This Micro 9mm, I'm gonna have to rate it as a 4. The reason why is because when it comes to 1911s, Micro 1911s and things of that sort, he carries it as a backup, but that'll be even less ammunition that you're gonna have. Now, I've always said I've never been a proponent of worrying about what kind of ammunition I carry for my everyday carry. I just wanna make sure I can get rounds on target. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I am mainly concerned about when I carry. But I think you could do a little bit better when it comes to that Micro 9 as far as a backup for your EDC. All right. So as far as these guns go, they are just average guns. Nothing wrong with them. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with them or anything like that, but they don't have a light on them or anything like that. So no extended magazines or anything. So they're just going to be average guns. So 4.5 to a 5.5 that I rate these two guns. All right. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one is going to come from Vita Vance's WP45, and this is what he writes. Hey man, keep up the good work. Roast me. WP45 8-inch CMMG barrel, bolt combo, Wolfpack Armory receiver, handguard, mag pull lower built kit from the Palmetto knockoff folder, Sig Romeo 5, Streamlight TRL HL, Condor 2 to 1 point sling. This is mostly a range toy, but I could see myself grabbing it in the bump in the night. Also, always wanted an MP45, M and P45. I think he's talking about the Smith & Wesson M and P45. I think that's what he's talking about. So this will have to do. It recoils like a paintball gun. Stupid fun gun to shoot. Receiver set was $380. CMMG stuff was about $340. Lower kit was about $280. So all together, you're right about $1,000 bucks. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, you're right at about $1,000 with this whole setup here. All right. So the CMMG, the basically the AR9 for its only rifle. Okay, so the only thing I'm having a problem with this build is that you have 2 caliber rounds as your primary handgun and your rifle setup. All right, so that's probably going to bring your rating down a little bit. All right, so I mean, what I would compare this AR9 to is my M&P. All right, my M&P is not used for anything. I don't use this gun for anything other than it stays in the safe and I bring it out to the range every now and again. Okay, that's what this gun is used for. All right, as you can see, has a Vortex sight on there. I'm gonna change that sight out for a Romeo sight. I want to put SIG on SIG, so I'm gonna change that out for a Romeo sight. Then you have the flip up sights and all that stuff. All right, so let's get into his AR9. One thing that I see that is wrong with this AR9, and I tell you guys all the time, if you're going to put a rifle together, always put iron sights on it. It does not have iron sights on this rifle. All right, he doesn't have iron sights. All he has is the Romeo sights. I don't see any flip up sights on this rifle anywhere. That's going to bring your rating down. All right, automatically going to bring your rating down, because if that sight goes out, you don't have anything to back up and acquire their target with. So right off bat, I think this is going to be a 4.5. all right. For one, it's being a rifle caliber, I mean a handgun caliber. 2, there are no iron sights on the rifle. All right, now you did good with the HL, the TLR HL. That is a very good light, weapon light. You did real good with that. I don't see any problems with that, other than the fact that you might want to put a pressure switch. I would put a pressure switch on that light, but other than that, man, 2-point sling, I'd always go with the 2-point sling. CMMG makes a real good product. The barrel and all that stuff, they make real good products. So you did good with the CMMG. As far as everything else go, I would have to rate this gun as a 4.5, based on the fact that you just don't have iron sights on it, man. That's it. I mean, other than that, you know, I mean, you know, for a bump in the night, you know, you could use that or whatever, but it is what it is. Now, the handgun, I don't know about what kind of handgun that is. You didn't actually tell me exactly what it was. I'm thinking it's a 45. Looks like it's a single stack 45. I don't know if that's the Smith & Wesson, that Smith & Wesson that they came out with. That's a knockoff Glock or whatever. That's what it looks like, but I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think the Smith & Wesson was I think it's like a Smith & Wesson SD 45 or something like that. Listen, I don't really like those guns. All right, now, just based on the gun, it has no light on it or anything like that, I would have to rate it at a 4. All right, the whole setup together would probably come in at a 4.5 if you're talking about you know, home defense or anything like that, EDC or whatever. I would say the whole setup would come in at a 4.5, mainly because you don't have any irons. Come on, guys, you gotta put iron sights on your rifles. That, I mean, come on, man, you gotta put iron sights on your rifles. I see right here you got the thing sitting in the woods like you, I don't know what you're doing. You got it sitting on a tree branch or log, or I don't know what the hell I don't know what the hell you trying to do with this picture, but you got it sitting on some kind of tree log here, and then over here you got it sitting on, I don't know, the garage floor or something like that. I don't know, but the gun looks good. But the whole setup, I would have to do at a 4.5, man. I don't understand why people build these ARs and don't put iron sights on it, man. Get you some iron sights on this gun, please. All right. Now we're gonna move on to the next one, and I think this guy Gray Sider sent me this. I think he just sent me this just to try to show off. I don't even know if this is good. He probably just flexing. Probably just send me a picture of a gun and he's saying this is, and I don't even know if it's his or not, because he just sent me the picture of it. As you can see, it's a daggone Colt Python. Everybody thinks that Colt Python. I really personally don't like the Colt Python. I could do without the Colt Python. But let me read you what he said. What up, Diesel? Here's one of my prized possessions, 2020 Colt Python 357 Magnum, number 822 of 2500 made. Got it in February 2020 and paid MSRP $14.99. Swap out factory Altamount grips and Altamount rosewood grips. I mean, 4 Altamount rosewood grips. A few folks have issues with their pythons, but mine was perfect out of the box. Take it easy, bro. Gray cider. All right, so there ain't really much I can say about it. You didn't tell me if it was EDC, so I'm just go off of this might be your EDC. I'm hoping that it's not, but this might be your EDC. You might think you might be Clint Eastwood or something like that. I don't know. But as far as an EDC goes, I'd have to give this a 3. Mainly because revolvers are just not good EDC guns, man. They're just not good EDC guns. They're a lot harder to conceal depending how it is. With the size of this python, I know it's hard to conceal, but I will say that on a home defense kind of situation, I would say this was like probably a 7 or an 8 on a home defense situation, because this is a good caliber for home defense. As far as it being a wheel gun, a revolver, when it comes to home defense, man, you can't get any better than that. I mean, especially, you know, waking up at night or, you know, all of a sudden having to do something or something like that, a revolver is probably your best choice, man. So as far as EDC, I would have to rate this at a 3. As far as home defense, I'd probably give it an 8. Probably an 8 on this one, on the Clint Eastwood special. All right, moving on to the last subscriber, all right? We're gonna do 4 subscribers because this last subscriber sent me 3 guns that he wanted me to review. So we're gonna go off of those 3 guns, all right? So the last subscriber comes to Christopher Handlovich. Yep, I think that's right. Christopher Handlovich. I hope I got that right. I don't know what your YouTube name is, and I'm sorry if I messed up your last name or whatever. But going on, this is what he wrote. He says, hey man, I wouldn't normally submit stuff for something like this, but I haven't seen any other channel do it, and I appreciate the uniqueness of it. So this isn't all of my guns. I would consider this my defense gun setup, okay? First of all, I wouldn't normally submit stuff like that. What you sound like? You sound like one of them girls. I don't normally do this. Gulp. I don't normally do this. Swallow, swallow, swallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. I know you don't normally do it, but you're doing it. Come on, bro. Come on now. I mean, let's move on. Let's move on, because we know what you normally do. Anyways, moving on. The Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm Gen 1. This was my first gun, and I bought it in 2017. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods with a buddy and had no intention of buying a gun. I got this for probably $250 to $275 mail-in rebate. I have huge fat hands, and despite that, I shoot this gun really well. Over the years, I have added Talon grips, Trijicon night sights, and an Apex flat face trigger. The trigger is only for comfort and doesn't reduce the pull weight from the factory pull weight. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about his Smith & Wesson. Smith & Wesson is going to be a Shield 9mm Gen 1, all right? Don't really have anything negative to say about the gun. Smith & Wessons make very good guns. The Shield 9, I have one right here. I don't carry it. Never really carried this gun. It's just one of the things I got because it was out. Oh, I have carried this gun, actually. I have carried this gun a little bit, but I just don't shoot it that well. That's why I don't carry it anymore, man. I took it to the range a couple times and I tried to get to shooting it, and every time I took it to the range, it just really didn't shoot as good as I knew I could shoot with other guns. I don't know what it is, if my hands are too big for it or whatever, but I just could not stay on target with it that well, all right? So I don't carry my Shield 9 anymore. As far as this one goes, this is going to be an average gun. I'd rate it at a 5. All right, for EDC, I'd rate it at a 5. It does not have anywhere where you can put a light on it or anything like that. He does not have an extended magazine in it, and it is a single stack magazine. Mine, with the extension on it, it carries 9. I think it is 9 in it. All right, the regular mags, I think they carry like 7 or 8 or something like that. All right, so he's got 8 rounds, which good 8 rounds is very good to have for an EDC, especially a small gun like this that you're carrying. So, I mean, really, other than that, man, other than that white holster, I don't know what kind of fashion sense you're trying to have with that white holster, but it explains the first statement that you made when you said, I don't usually do this. All right, right. Moving on to the second one. He says, my end table gun that lives in the living room is my Gen 4 Glock 17. Other than the Talon grips and the O-Light I got during a sale, it is stock. Out of the box, first time shooting it, I shot this gun really well. Besides shooting it well, the next best thing was the price. Technically, it was $40. I won it on one of those $20 gun bash tickets. Oh, I had bought 2 tickets, so the total price was $40. That is awesome. You got this gun for $40. That's shoot. Good God. But rating that gun. Now, if you look closely on the gun, this is my Glock 17 right here, okay? I've carried this, but I don't carry it. There are some things that I'm trying to get done with this gun. That's why I had a O-light on this as well, but I'm gonna try to get it milled and a few other things done to this gun right now. So that's why I don't have anything on it, because I still have to send that off, all right? Now, as far as I see the Talon grips, okay? It looks like on the Talon grips that they're overlapping there in the grip. And I don't think I think that would eat into your hand. So I would be kind of concerned about those Talon grips right there. I don't know what's going on with that. As far as the light goes, great light. You know, you guys know I love O-light. Don't have a problem with O-light, man. But as far as this gun goes, I'll rate it at a 5.5, just over average because of the light that it has on there, and it took a little bit back because of the Talon grips. I don't think the Talon grips are installed on that gun correctly, and it just looks like I don't know. It looks like if you're holding it and you're shooting it enough, the raised side of those Talon grips will probably eat into your hand, and I ain't really feeling that too well. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like I said, a 5.5. Now, if it didn't have that issue with the tape, and I didn't think that was an issue, I'd probably rate this at like a 6.5, somewhere around there, okay? Moving on to his rifle, he says, my AR-15 pistol is where you're going to give me shit. My AR was a cheap DPMS Oracle 5.56, probably $450 on Black Friday, but I wanted to build a quality AR-15, and then the pandemic happened and everyone was buying up parts like crazy. So I bought everything as soon as I could instead of waiting. I probably spent $2,000 on it. I wanted it to be great home defense AR pistol, but honestly, it's so expensive I almost rather not. The overview of the parts list is below. Aero Precision Strip upper and lower, KAK Industries Shockwave 2.0 pistol brace, Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter, Spikes Tactical T1 buffer, Strikes Industry curved foregrip, Hollow Sun 510C holographic sight, Geisley MK8 rail, Roscoe manufactured Bloodline 10.5 barrel 5.56, Surefire War Comp muzzle brake, Surefire Warden blast forward device, Streamlight Pro Tac HLX rail mount flashlight, Magpul 2-point sling, Fel Zero XO coated bolt carrier group, BCM Gunfighter Mod 3 pistol grip. You put all that on there on your AR-15, which is okay. There are some issues I see though. My main thing is, if you're saying you're gonna have this as a home defense weapon, why would you put a Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter on there? Why would you put a folding stock adapter on there if you're not trying to conceal it in a bag or anything like that? Because usually that's what those are used for. And with that device, when it comes down to it, the gun cannot operate if that is not folded, if it's not extended. If it's folded, the gun cannot operate. So why have something on your gun that dictates if it's going to operate or not if you're not using it? You will not use that if it's a home defense weapon. That's going to just stay up, you know, somewhere in your closet or behind the bed or beside the bed, up under the bed, wherever. But you don't have to fold the stock on it. So I don't understand why you would put that on there and just not keep it, you know, mil spec. There are some other things too. You don't have any iron sights. There are no iron sights on this weapon at all. I don't see anything iron sights. I see a Hollow Sun, but there are no iron sights. The gun looks good, but like I said, you wasted money with that folding stock and you don't have any iron sights. So that brings your rating down. Other than that, those are the two main things that I'm just having a problem with it, man. So I'm gonna have to rate your AR at a 4.5, below average, because like I said, no iron sights, and there's no the folding stock. I just don't understand the folding stock concept when it comes to AR-15. They don't operate that way. So why put a folding stock on it? You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like I said, man, you know, if you put iron sights on it, it would be at a 6 or 6.5 probably. It would probably be at a 6.5 if you were to put iron sights on there. But it kind of throws me back when people put adapters on their AR-15s when they're not trying to backpack carry or something like that. It's home defense. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox, but it is a home defense. You don't need that. Take that off. If anything, hopefully you still have the regular buffer tube and all that stuff, and you can just use that, man. Take that adapter thing off, bro. Don't put that on there. Other than that, man, I think all the other equipment you have on it is good equipment. I have a hollow sun that I have on mine. This is my AR-15. If I did have a home defense AR-15, this would be it right here. You guys saw that I built this not too long ago, and I liked it so much that I just kept it on here. I have the hollow sun on there too. I have folding sights on there. They're pop-up sights, but they're folding. But they're iron sights. I do have iron sights on it, and I have the M2R Pro Warrior on here with the switch, with the activation switch on it. So that's what I have on mine. Basically the same kind of setup other than the foregrip that you have, but I don't have a folding stock. There's no reason for that. And I have iron sights. So if my sight goes out, I still have sights, okay? That's the most important thing, guys. Make sure you put iron sights on your rifles, please. All right? Other than that, man, it's all right. I mean, you know, I don't have anything else negative to say other than you saying you don't normally do this and you sitting there swallowing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Swallowing stuff like that. All right, guys, so that's gonna be our 4 subscribers that we did today. We actually reviewed 8 guns. We had 4 subscribers, but all of them sent multiple guns. And then we have some other ones that sent all guns also. If you want your gun rated, man, just send me an email at dieseltv001 at Gmail. It's dieseltv001 at Gmail. And I'll rate your guns, man. Please send me some kind of description about it. Let me know how much you bought it for, whatever it is you want to tell me about the gun. But tell me something about the gun, at least. Don't just send me a picture saying rate my gun, because I have no idea what I'm looking at. Most of the time I have no idea what I'm looking at. So at least send me something telling me what kind of gun it is, or whatever, just some kind of information about the firearms that you're sending me. I hope you guys like this episode of Rate My Firearms, man. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and y'all know what it is, man. I'm out.